Hi, I'm Tony Gollan. I'm a racehorse trainer here at Eagle Farm. So I moved down here Winter Carnival 2012 with about 6 horses, I think, 4 to 6 horses. And now we've got 91 boxes here at Eagle Farm. So it's been a rapid growth for us. But the change in Eagle Farm from when I got here, we're all in makeshift stables over there where the towers are now. I think there's the 3rd tower just being built now, high-rise tower for people to live in, which they're amazing. And we moved into the infield here. And since we moved to the infield, it's clearly world-class, these stables. Our stables here, the airflow that gets through these, this insulated roofs, even in a place that we've come off this is our hottest summer. Well, since I've been here in 12 years, the last summer has been record heat and humidity, and these horses have been comfortable the whole time. We get amazing airflow through here, as you can feel this morning, and that really limits your respiratory disease you get. I find that where horses are more enclosed, limits airflow, you get a lot more respiratory disease. So we certainly don't have anywhere near as much as that. Our work tracks are good. Our American dirt track has stood the test of time. It's very similar to what they have over in Shartin. It's exactly the same sort of track. It gets maintained really well. We have a couple of grasses to gallop on an inside and an outside grass and a slow work sand. So the last part of the picture here was our course proper, and it's now amazing. It's everything that we wanted it to be. So it's a brilliant training centre. It's a lovely place to race, and it's a lovely place to have your horses stabled. Functionality-wise, they function so well. You guys have been here all morning. Down there's where all the business gets done of a morning. It just works well. Horses come in, it's very efficient and effective. And then during the day, we're only 10 minutes from the airport, another 15 minutes from the city here. We're in the middle, and you'd swear you'd be anywhere if you come back here in the middle of the day or late afternoon. It's such a peaceful, quiet place to be around. So horses do exceptionally well here all year round. Why be a racehorse trainer? Very good question. My father was a trainer before me, so I guess most little boys want to grow up and be a bit like their dad at some point. And so I grew up pretty well hanging around the stables, following your father around, etc., etc. And I don't know, I was always drawn to the animal. I enjoyed mucking around the yard as a kid, and the older I got through high school, etc., it became clear that's what I wanted to do. And my father didn't want me to do that at all. He wanted me to go and get a trade or go to university or do something else. But like most young kids, I was pretty stubborn. Once you sort of want to do something, I was pretty persistent, and I guess the squeaky wheel eventually got oiled, and I started to train quite young, and I've stuck at it ever since. The most special horse that I've ever trained was a mare called Temple Spirit. She's the mother of Spirit of Boom and Temple of Boom. I remember I was pretty busted, I had no money, I was mid-20s, maybe even a touch younger. So I was just drawn to this filly for whatever reason, I don't know. There was 7 or 8 horses in the paddock, and I asked if I could buy her. And they said, yeah, she's about $30,000. And I never had 30,000 pieces of dirt. So I just spun a bit of a yarn that I could get it together, and I couldn't. A month later I said, oh, you wouldn't believe it, I just haven't got the money. So I thought that'd be it. I'd never see that filly again, or never get a horse off Mr. McAlpine, the late Colin McAlpine. And 2 months later after that, he rang me back and he said, would you train her under a deal situation? And I did, and I think I won 8 from 15 with her, something like that. And during that period of my career, I really thought about not training anymore. I had no money, hours were exceptionally long, and the rewards were exceptionally low. And I thought about giving it up and going to work for someone, do the foreman routine, and that's very popular now. And I just had this one horse, I didn't want anyone else to be able to train. She was like that sliding doors moment in my life, I guess. I could have went one way or another, and she kept me in racing at a time where I was, like a lot of young people in their careers in their mid-20s, I was pretty disillusioned with where I was going or what I was going to do. Temple and Spirit, we still look after Temple of Boom now. We've still got him at a property at Moggle. We ran a paddock out there, and Jane, my wife, looks after him. So he's still part of the furniture, and he's the reason that my wife and I met as well, actually. She was working for Gay Waterhouse, and Temple of Boom won the Galaxy and beat one of Gay's in Sydney. So he's meant a lot to our family all the way through. So both horses, can't split them, but if, gun to my head, my favourite horse is their mother, because she set me on a trajectory to be here talking to you guys today. Yeah, I found growth as a trainer when I was younger much harder, and I soon learned I had to delegate better, be a better delegator, be a better listener to staff, and there's no such thing as dumb questions. You just got to teach people a lot more about what you're thinking and have them think like you. So I soon learnt that as I grew bigger in numbers, that I had to be a better organised, better man manager as well as a good trainer. So all those things took shape, and now we train a high volume of horses. I see the benefit in that. I see the benefit in the extra offers that we can give to these horses, the more structure we have in our yard, the different centres that we use outside of here to complement our business. So it's grown and changed over a period of time. We use certain different facilities away from here, and just the amount of infrastructure we have here with the bigger team, technology that we can afford to use, all the different stuff that we can use that just value adds to the business. So it's continued to grow. I think every season we've tried to get better than the season before. And I don't see the size of our stable certainly as a limitation. I actually see it now as an advantage. If I looked back when I was 22 or 23 training, did I think I'd be able to manage numbers like this? I would have said absolutely not. But now I wouldn't probably have it any other way. I enjoy it, and I get to know each horse here intimately, still even with this volume of horses. I think advertising on a platform like Stridyl, it just allows our yearlings and the process that we do get out to a bigger market share. And that's what we want to do. We want to get as many people involved in our stable and indeed in our sport as we possibly can. So we want to be the place there. If you want to race a horse in Queensland, you want to race it here with Gollan Racing.